Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. Today we're going to be talking about Hedera Hashgraph, or HBAR. We're going to go in depth on the chart as well as a few things that have been happening. We do see Bitcoin trying to make its way to 49.3K overall. If we don't break it, then hey, it is what it is. That's pretty much the exciting pinpoint for Bitcoin right now. We are up about 1.21% on the total market global crypto cap. I said that very weird, but it's all good. Sitting at about a $2.1 trillion market cap. Bitcoin up about 2.05%, 8.98% on the 7-day span. So when we come down here to HBAR, I know that we are significantly down from our original 29-cent zone that we broke into, up about 13.21% on the 7-day span. Still, though, we're actually outperforming a few tokens overall, which is very good to see. Still sitting above about a 0.56% increase in price on the 24-hour. Sitting at number 53 still. So things are still looking pretty good for HBAR. We're going to go and dive into the overall chart right now. So a lot of people are still undermining, HBAR for what it is. In my opinion, I don't think people have caught up yet in terms of where HBAR is actually going. But it looks like it's following the 200-day MA overall. So I honestly think that very soon we are going to follow this trend where we continue upward and onward. So we'll most likely just continue to bounce off of this 200-day MA for the most part, pretty much going higher and higher every single time that we do. Eventually breaking out above that 30-cent zone, and I don't think that's going to take until the end of September. I think that this is going to happen fast. I'm just saying right now we have been following the 200-day MA closely. As you guys already see, I do have an X marks the spot up there at 30 cents to 33 almost and a half cents. There's a lot of resistance points to pinpoint, but hey, I do think that we'll see something like this, where this was basically our breakout point on HBAR before Bitcoin basically ended up trying to break down, and it did. So every single time that HBAR has been trying to break out officially, we've seen a massive breakdown, which tells me that HBAR is a true winner. Most assets that are heavily manipulated, for an example, I remember back in December, it was actually around the end of December, I was in Matic at the time, and there was a lot of bot suppression for the price, right? So a lot of bots were suppressing the price. I couldn't understand it. I was just like, man, what is up with this? And eventually we got that major breakout point to about 80 cents before we did see a major sell-off point down to 30 cents. Traded sideways for a very long time, and then we had another major breakout to about $3. So I do think that HBAR is one of those winning assets that is heavily manipulated, and I do think that it's only a matter of time before we get a major breakout point. We have been pretty much ranging in this massive consolidation that's making a lot of people impatient for about 162 days. I think that ends very soon. We'll most likely see it hit almost 170 days exact. Before we see something similar to a breakdown and then a break up, where we pretty much launch above the all-time high, go into price discovery, and end at one of my target points. That will pretty much bring us into December. But I do think that by December, HBAR is going to be an absolute giant in terms of price. So I don't think that we have to wait too much longer before we see a major breakout on altcoins, especially if we do continue to move up in terms of Bitcoin. For an example, right now, Bitcoin is sitting at 49K. Yes, this is the weekly chart. Looks very bullish. Wouldn't you agree? Especially even on HBAR too. Like if we look at the weekly chart for HBAR, HBAR's weekly chart is printing pretty much a very, very bullish pattern. I mean, honestly, this looks incredible. Anybody who is denying that it looks incredible is extremely wrong. And like I said, I have that 200-day MA drawn here, and look at that. We regained above it and seem to be bouncing off of it exact. I think that that is great to see. I think that it's only a matter of time before we see that major breakout point above that 30 cents, like I said. And we are in really good zones. For an example, let me actually draw a rectangle on here where we currently are in terms of price. So, right now this looks very good. We have regained our overall support zone and overall price zone in the demand overall area. all the way back to April. So anybody who is saying or upset about HBAR's price action overall and saying that this is nothing, obviously doesn't know market structure or market standards. Right now, we are doing incredibly well. I think that HBAR is actually very strong right now, and I do think that once Bitcoin does alleviate some pain from the market where it actually truly flies, I think that HBAR is going to be a leading asset in the space, similar to ADA. And we already know what happened with ADA. So I think that's only a matter of time. I think that it's boiling, and I do think that it's about to boil over and really launch in terms of price, and same with Bitcoin. I think that Bitcoin 160K, obviously it needs to break some resistance because it is showing some weakness at 49K. So I'm waiting to see if we do get a nice pullback on Bitcoin overall. I'm still waiting, very, very patient on that. So with that being said, let's move on to some new news. So we do see here, actually, I really want to report it. I wanted to do a real in-depth report on this, but there's really not too much news behind it. Now we do see a sneak peek of it. Now this is going into the NFT pretty much auction website on Hedera Hashgraph. This is actually very clean to me. I think that this is great to see as well. It's all bidding in terms of HBAR as well, which is cool to see. Looks very clean. We're seeing, this is basically the wallets that you would make on, I think it's my HBAR wallet. So this is actually really cool to see. I think that this is very clean, as you guys already know. And I think that this has the potential to really append, OpenSea, even Rarible, etc. Because if you guys are an NFT artist, or if you guys trade in NFTs or work within NFTs, you would understand that NFTs are extremely expensive to pretty much mint or even bid on, etc. I mean, it's all Ethereum based, so Ethereum is extremely unsuitable for NFTs, and I do think that this is really cool to see, and I do think that this could be a very, very big thing, especially in terms of NFTs growing at a massive rate. So I don't know what the domain will be. Maybe NFT.com. I don't know, because you guys already know that Jordan Freed is basically the owner of NFT.com, and guess what? He has a parent company of HBAR. So we also see here Hedera Hashgraph nodes, permissionless nodes. You and I can run one, can go live without a full governing council as well. Honestly, this is going to be happening very, very soon. Now, I don't know how many you're going to need to hold in terms of HBAR, but we do know that this could be massive, especially once transactions ramp up. There's been some, math circulating within nodes, and it's kind of wrong, kind of not. I don't know. It's hard to tell because nobody really knows any insights on these nodes, how much they're going to cost, how much you would earn in APY or anything like that. So we just really have to wait and see until this actually goes live. I'm not too sure when it goes live. I think that they said sometime in Q4, but I don't know. I don't think that this is going to happen anytime soon. I don't think that this is a main focus point for them until they have transactions ramping up at a massive rate. Now we also see over here HBAR. Here is our current local range. We have broken above the value area with nice volume and had a nice sell-off. We've dropped, tested the daily open golden pocket, and front ran the HVN. Market structure, bullish, resistance have been turned to support. That is all good. And like I said, we are in that massive demand zone all the way going back to April. So I think that this overall price structure is very bullish. Yeah, sure, we came down, retested some zones, and we are still trading in those zones at 25.6, and we are still holding the 200-day MA overall very strong from the from the daily zone. So I think that this is looking great. I think that this is very bullish, especially on the weekly. On the monthly looks very good, guys. Like this is just a massive bull flag in my opinion. And even if we go to the daily looks strong as well, like I said. So I'm very bullish on it. I think that the market structure is great. So yeah. Also, we have this. This is huge. Major connection between Hedera and Coca-Cola. Kona partner Unibright was already working with Hedera, a new player. Provide Platform is also a partner of Hedera, ENV Blockchain, LimeChain HQ. Mans Harmon has also publicly talked about Kona developments, HBAR. And we do see there's Uphold here, Unibright. We even see a few other ones too, like Microsoft, Hedera Hashgraph, Chainlink. There's a lot of partners here, and this could be huge considering the fact that even if we come down here, what Coca-Cola Kona is pulling off with the help of Provide Platform and Unibright IO is truly unparalleled. They are saving 100 million a year baselining their supply chain. Evidently, the word is spreading. My guess is we will hear and see more at Ethereum_ATL. And here is that insight. They have a ton of partners. Our guest speakers were epic. Our board members from Accenture, ArcBest, EY, FedEx, FIS, Golden State Foods, IBM, JB Hunt Transport Services Inc., Microsoft. I mean, there's a lot of individuals here on the board. Even Walmart and Tyson Foods. Like, this is crazy. So I think that this is great to see these major companies join in on the fun, especially considering the fact that these are huge names as well. So I think that this is only the matter of time. We do see our Provide Platform slogan is synchronize anything, which means they will need a global and public fair ordering and timestamping services to achieve that. No other public blockchain can achieve that besides Hedera. Truly game-changing developments are on the way. And this is absolutely crazy, especially considering the fact that there's a lot of connections within this overall connection, because look at how many other partners or how many other companies are in this. Like, that is massive. And we also already see, when we look in here, IBM, FIS, these are both GC members of Hedera Hashgraph. And I know that Accenture already has a partnership or connection with Hedera Hashgraph too. So this is huge. And we also see Chainlink, which is another GC member of Hedera Hashgraph. So I think it's only a matter of time. Connections are piling up. There's also been a lot of updates regarding Hedera Hashgraph. So we already know, going back to the whole Matic thing, like every single day there was a new partnership and a new update with Matic. And look at what ended up happening with Matic. So I think it's only a matter of time before HBAR is truly launching into outer space in terms of going to the moon. And I think a lot of people are going to be happy that they have held on to their bag. So with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.